Ladies and gentlemen, there need to be a conversation about this. These riots that's been going on all since the last end of this week have been ridiculous. They've been ridiculous. Like, I understand you protest for what you believe in. Yes, what happened to George Floyd was wrong. Justice for him. Yes, he deserves justice. But the way y'all doing it, I don't condone that. I feel you shouldn't burn up your own communities to get what you want to happen. Peacefully protesting is the way to go. But I'm going to take both sides on this. And I want to discuss everything that we've seen. This is a scary time for the United States of America. Probably the scariest time that we have been in. In my opinion, we have an ignorant president in office. We have people that don't know what they're doing in higher power and making foolish mistakes. These 4 officers should have been in jail. If they would have done their job in Minneapolis from the get-go and arrested all 4 officers, we wouldn't have this problem. And you know why the protests are still going on? You know why the riots are still going on? It's because not all 4 officers have been arrested. That's why we're still going through what we're going through. That's exactly why. You know, wake up. Wake up to what you were witnessing, ladies and gentlemen. There's that old saying that says it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I believe that. It will get worse before it gets better. But you guys got to wake up and see what's going on. Because what's going on out there is ridiculous. It is. Cops are beating people up in the street. People are beating people up. It's simply ridiculous. I've never seen so much violence in my lifetime. And I could go back to remember when these police cases started becoming viral. This has been going on for years. I remember the man that had his hands up and they still shot him. I remember Breonna Taylor from this year. Ahmaud Arbery. You seen what happened to him? He got murdered. And it took outrage from social media to just arrest those 2. Now that is the wrong thing I'm talking about. As a black man in America, I have those fearfulness when I go around the police. I do. A fear that I'm not going to make it back home. I have a fear. I was taught to social distance on a good day. Before social distancing was a thing with this pandemic, I was social distancing on a good day. Because I had to, in order to make it back to my house. My parents didn't let me go there. We didn't go anywhere unless we knew the people and we knew them well. I don't go to stranger parties. I don't go to people I don't know parties. You know, if we're not close like that, there's a 95%, maybe a 5% chance I might go, but there's a 95% chance I won't go. Because they know if something bad happens and the cops are called, there is a 75% chance I won't make it back to my house alive. You got to realize that. You know, I don't deal with these race issues that much because like I told y'all, I social distance on a good day. Cops don't mess with me because I don't give them a reason to mess with me. You know, I know all my rights. You know, I follow the law to make sure that I don't break anything. Because I know if I get stopped, it might be the end. And people be like, why are you thinking like that? I'm thinking like that because that's the reality that we are living in. It's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. And I want everybody to see this. I have a diverse fan base. I love all my fans. I don't care how old are you. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care, what mentality and where you stand. I love all of you. There's not one person in my fan base I can't stand. I respect all of you and I respect all of your opinions. You might not agree with me on certain topics. That's fine. We can debate in the comments. We can debate on Discord. But there's some topics I can't even talk about on my main channel. That's why I made this channel, so I could talk about this. I feel that these riots it's not a place for this channel, for the main channel. But this needs to be talked about. While I know, and here's the reason. And some of y'all might get offended by this. But here's the reason why these riots are taking place. Specifically the reason why black people are doing it. Because when we protest peacefully, nothing gets done. Just look back over the history of this country. Not even that. Look back the last few years. When something happens to somebody with police brutality, or somebody gets shot by the police, and we protest peacefully, we ask for justice, nothing gets done. Trayvon Martin is the biggest specific example I can remember. Because I was almost as close to the age when Martin was killed. I was just a few years younger than that boy. I remember that. I felt sad because that could have been me. That could have been me. What happened to him? And we protested peacefully and didn't get nothing. That man still got off. Zimmerman. He still got off. That's why black people are rioting. That's why they're burning down stuff. Because they tired of doing it the old school way. Because when we did it in the 60s the old school way, our voices were heard. But now we're doing it the old school way, and in the 2010s, early 2020s, our voice is not being heard. That's the issue. That is the exact issue I'm talking about. Do I agree with looting these stores? No, I don't. I don't agree with that. But in order for the United States, especially people in the United States, and major people to look up and understand what's going on, you got to take the money from the economy. You got to take the money from the U.S. people. And from these big corporations and stuff like that. Taking the money from them by burning buildings and stuff like that. That's the only way they're going to listen. It's sad, but it's the truth. That's the only way you will get something in return. The only way. So that's why black folks are there. Black folks are there because this is the only way y'all gonna listen to us. This is the only way that our voices gonna be heard. But you can change that. You can change that, with your actions. Everybody else is out there because look at what's going on right now. People are unemployed. 21 million people are unemployed. Some people protesting for George. Some people protesting because they're sick and tired of what their situation that's going on right now. Some people protesting because they sick and tired of what the police is doing. People have different motivations to be out there. They do. And let me talk about this little all lives matter thing. I seen his tweet. Y'all don't get the point of Black Lives Matter. The people that say all lives matter. Well, no, duh, all lives matter. I know that. But when is Black lives gonna matter? Because it seems that popos, they can kill us and get away and walk home to their families. Meanwhile, if a black person does that, we immediately thrown in jail for 50 plus years. That's the injustices. You got to start looking at these police departments. You got to start looking at these freaking the justice system as a whole. You know, how unequal it is. How can a white police officer kill someone, get off, and go home and still serve the community? That's the messed up part. You know? And that's what people are tired of. Do I agree with their methods? No, I don't. But you got to understand the reasons why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. And that's why I made this comment, this channel, to conversate and tell you the reasons why. Coming from a person like me. And here's the thing. This is happening now, but this virus is still out here. And what I'm scared is when this eventually dies down, those people that are rioting, they're not social distancing. Most of them don't have masks on. So what I'm scared is there's going to be a second wave of this virus happening. And it may show up in the summer. It may get worse. That's what I'm scared of. It seems like we're going to be back to square one. But I'm grateful that the people in my state, they know what they're doing. And they did it peacefully. They did it the way that I want to be. I like peaceful protests. You go out there, you protest, say what you got to say, no violence. I love those. Don't tell me, oh, you're supportive of the... No, I'm not. Doing it peacefully is the way. But you got to understand that when they do it peacefully, acknowledge it and fix the issue. That's why they're burning down buildings. Because now you're going to acknowledge it. Because now buildings are being burned down. Now communities are being destroyed. Now you're going to pay attention. And that's the sad part about it. They had to burn down buildings for y'all to pay attention. You know how sad that is? They literally had to burn down their own communities for y'all to pay attention. To see what we've been fighting for the last 400 years. You know? You say that it's better today. I feel it's worse. Because we can expose it now. And that's my thoughts. Leave your thoughts down below. That's my thoughts on the riots. We'll talk about more. We'll elaborate more on this on my podcast. Follow my podcast, Train Talks. I'll continue the discussion there. But that's my initial thoughts on the 2020 riots. Like, subscribe, and share if you're new. Let me know about the next topic. This been your boy, Deshaun Train. Be a train, and I'll holler. See y'all later.